Imagine this. A stranger in a white lab coat tells you to press a button. That button, they say, will deliver a dangerous electric shock to another person. Your hand trembles. You don't want to do it, but then you do. And here's the shocking truth. In one of psychology's most famous studies, 65% of people went all the way, believing they were delivering lethal shocks, just because someone told them to. Why would ordinary people obey, even when it feels so wrong? Our brains are full of shortcuts, little rules that decide who we trust and who we follow. It's a simple cue that makes people lean in, listen closer, and often obey without realizing why. Once you see it, you'll never look at influence the same way again. In the 1960s, psychologist Stanley Milgram conducted his now famous obedience experiment at Yale University. Volunteers thought they were helping with a study on memory. They sat in front of a machine with switches labeled from mild shocks to extreme danger. Each time a learner in another room gave a wrong answer, the volunteer was told to press a switch. The shocks weren't real, but the volunteers didn't know that. And every time they hesitated, the man in the lab coat calmly insisted, "Please continue." The result? 2/3 of people went all the way to the maximum voltage. Ordinary people, believing they might be causing real harm, obeyed, just because an authority figure told them to. We all like to believe we're independent thinkers, that when something feels wrong, we'd stand up and resist. But research tells a different story. In study after study, ordinary people just like us, obeyed commands that clashed with their values. The conflict is clear. Our conscious mind says, "I'd never do that." But our unconscious wiring whispers, "Follow authority, stay safe." And most of the time, that whisper wins. This is what psychologist Robert Cialdini called the principle of authority. When someone projects expertise through symbols like a uniform, titles like doctor, or even just confident body language, people comply. Think about it. We trust the doctor's prescription, the pilot's instructions, the speaker who says, "Here's what research shows." The hack is simple. Authority is less about power and more about presence. Speak with certainty. Back up your words with credible evidence. Use structure and clarity. Your audience's brain interprets those signals as, "This person knows, I should listen." So, how can you use this in daily life? Start with 3 small shifts. First, structure your ideas. When you speak in clear steps, people instantly trust your clarity. Second, use confident body language, steady posture, slower pacing, and eye contact signal authority without saying a word. And third, borrow credibility. Reference a source, a mentor, or a proven example to reinforce your point. These cues may feel simple, but research shows they dramatically boost how persuasive you are. And here's the secret: consistency. The more often you practice these signals, the more naturally authority flows from you, and the more likely people are to act on what you say. But there's a deeper truth here. Authority isn't about control, it's about trust. As the philosopher Lao Tzu once said, "To lead the people, walk behind them." Real authority isn't about standing above others. It's about creating presence strong enough that people willingly follow. When clarity, confidence, and trust come together, you don't just gain obedience, you gain belief. Influence isn't about making people bow, it's about lifting them up. The real question is, when people listen to you, do they feel smaller or do they feel stronger? Use psychology to build the kind of presence that doesn't just win obedience, but earns respect. Because in the end, people don't remember who had power, they remember who gave them strength.